Hey guys, this is going to be a review of Shadowhunters Season 2, Episode 4, Day of Wrath, which was an incredible episode. I feel like I have so much to say. Like, it was just such a well done episode. I really loved the scenes with Alec and Clary. I really like what they're doing with their relationship so far and how it's developing, and I'm looking forward to seeing where that goes in the future as well. I just really love the dynamics between the two of them. The Malik scene was also adorable, even though it was short. It just managed to be super adorable every single time they interact, and I love the idea of Alec having been able to like hear Magnus and know that he was with him. We finally got a scene with Magnus and Raphael together, which is something that I have wanted since season 1. And I was not at all disappointed, because even though I was hoping to get a scene with Magnus and Raphael both in it, I wasn't expecting it to be like as intense, I guess, for lack of a better word, as what we got in this episode. The first episode where we've seen them interact at all, and we have Magnus talking about how Raphael is essentially his son. I also love how, while there was conflict created by Camille, like, it wasn't tearing Magnus and Alec's relationship apart. I mean, that was a really small thing that Camille kind of tried to do, but like Magnus is even like, don't drag Alec into this, and Alec isn't like the problem or whatever. Chooses Raphael over Camille, and Alec isn't even like involved in that conflict, and I really liked that conflict more than I liked what went down with Camille in the books. What's really interesting to me though is not only Magnus talking about Raphael being like his son, but talking about how all of the downworlders that he takes in are like his children. And now that he's like doing the same for Simon, it makes me really interested in how Magnus and Simon's relationship is going to be developed in the future. Because if they become close at all, it will be entirely different than their relationship in the books. And I am all for that. Like, I am super excited to see them becoming friends because I really want them to be close with each other. Simon and Magnus are two of my favorite characters, and they don't interact that much in the books, so any like extra interaction the TV show wants to give us is okay with me. We also learn more about Magnus's past in this episode, doing such a good job of making Magnus like a well-rounded character and sharing way more of his past than we get in the books, and I really love that as well. Love how we get to understand more of Magnus's and Camille's relationship. I know there's a change in lighting and everything, probably a significant one for the camera. I had some technology issues, so the beginning of this video was filmed early in the morning, like right after I woke up, and it is now like nighttime. Anyway, getting to learn about Magnus and Camille's past and what's happened between them is really important, I think, because without it, you're left really wondering why he cares for her, because we haven't seen anything that even like remotely humanizes Camille. She's just been like a straight up villain the entire time. But I really appreciate the show actually giving us something that helps explain why Magnus loves her, because it would probably be really hard to believe without that. There's also some great Alec and Izzy moments in this episode. I love when they have awesome sibling moments. I spent most of this episode really worried about someone dying because of all of the talk that had been going on in the fandom. I wasn't worried about like the main 7 characters, but pretty much everyone else, well, not everyone else, but there were like a number of characters that I was very worried about dying, and Jocelyn was not one of the characters that I considered. This is definitely the biggest change they've made from the books, and it's hard to put my feelings into words because I'm so like, it's so different from the books, and I don't know exactly what they're gonna do with it, although I have an idea of why they did it. That it's just like really hard for me to process still. I'm filming this just the day after the episode aired, so it's been roughly, as of right now, yeah, it's like almost 8 o'clock, so it's been like almost 24 hours since I watched the episode. I just feel like I'm still processing the fact that Jocelyn's dead. I'm not against the story decision at all, just really shocked about it. I think I get why they did it, and I think that it can be a good thing for the show, but it's definitely not what I was expecting them to do. I feel like that's all I can say about it right now. It's just, it was really shocking. Next episode, I really hope we get some nice scenes between Luke and Clary, and that they're like supporting each other and helping each other. I feel like it's really important that they spend time together and are there for each other now. It's not that I'm happy Jocelyn is dead, but since that is what happened, I think that it's really, really important for us to see Luke and Clary being there for each other. I also really want to know what Alder Tree is going to be like in the next episode. I feel like he had at least a bit of a turnaround with Jace after Jace saved his life, and I'm wondering if this is going to make him like cooperate with the other characters more and like start to get along with them, or if he's going to stay the same. One last thing that as I was watching the episode I knew that I had to mention in my review, and then I completely forgot to put it in my notes and forgot about it till right now, but the fact that Clary saw that her mom was dead, had like a moment of shock, and then went into like fight mode and needing to find the demon and kill the demon, and then only once the demon is dead she like immediately like collapses and is distraught and stuff. I loved that. The idea of her like having a moment of shock but then getting like an adrenaline rush, needing to kill the demon, and then only once that adrenaline is gone, like actually feeling the loss of her mom, was very, very well done, I think, and I really, really appreciate them doing that because it felt like such a realistic response to her mom's death. This episode was definitely really, really intense and really well done, and that makes me super excited for the next episode, although I don't know if excited is the right word because it's probably going to be really emotional and sad. And I will see you guys later. Bye.